presents Racket Squad.
Believe in yourself. Remember this. Unlike others, we of Philip Morris never ask you to test our brand alone. That's no test. We say compare Philip Morris, match Philip Morris, judge Philip Morris against any other cigarette. Then believe in yourself to pick the cigarette that is milder, tastier, more enjoyable. Yes, believe in yourself, and you'll believe in Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette.
In a moment, we'll follow up the case of Heaven for Sale. But right now, I'd like you to watch another investigation that could also involve you. An investigation made by a roving reporter somewhere in the USA.
Alexandria, Virginia. Just across the Potomac River from our nation's capital lies the thriving city of Alexandria. Here in this historic community, we stopped to conduct the Philip Morris nose test. Hi there, this is Bob Pfeiffer. While we've been setting up our cameras here at King and Washington Streets in Alexandria, Virginia, my assistant has located a volunteer to try the Philip Morris nose test. All set now, Frank?
All set, Bob. Bob, I'd like you to meet Mr. Lindsay Mundy from Alexandria, Virginia. Mr. Mundy is not a Philip Morris smoker.
Thank you, Frank. How do you do, Mr. Mundy?
Pretty good, sir.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Me too.
About the test now, would you do me one favor? For obvious reasons, I don't want you to refer to your present cigarette by its brand name. Is that okay?
That's all right with me.
Now, Mr. Mundy, I'd like to offer you a Philip Morris. Do you have one of your own cigarettes handy you could take out for me? Could you take out your present brand of cigarette now? And then I want you to decide yourself which cigarette you'd like to try first. Philip Morris or your present brand?
I'll try the Philip Morris first.
Philip Morris first? All right, Mr. Mundy, I'll give you a light, then take a puff. Don't inhale. Slowly let the smoke come through your nose. There's a light, Mr. Mundy. That was the Philip Morris first, is that correct, sir?
That's right.
Now let's try exactly the same test with your present brand of cigarette.
All right.
I'll give you a light, then take a puff, don't inhale, slowly let the smoke come through your nose. All right, Mr. Mundy, by your own choice now, you tried the Philip Morris first, and then you tried your own brand, and you made exactly the same test both times. But tell me, what difference, if any, did you notice between the two cigarettes?
Well, the Philip Morris didn't burn quite as much when you're coming through the nose.
The Philip Morris didn't burn as much. What about your own brand?
It had a little more burn to it when it came,
Your own brand had a little more burn to it.
That's right.
Well, Mr. Mundy, in finding Philip Morris milder, you've just confirmed the judgment of thousands of other smokers who've also found that Philip Morris is milder. Thank you, Mr. Mundy.
All right, thank you.
That test, the test you just saw, was entirely voluntary. And no promise of any kind, no payment whatsoever was made for any statement in the interview. It's the only fair test, for it allows you to compare, match, judge Philip Morris against any other cigarette. It allows you to decide for yourself and to believe in yourself. Why not try it on that basis? I believe you too will choose Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette. And now let's see what happens when Mr. Blanchard arrives at the place where the seance is to be held. But first, a final report from our investigator in the field.
Friends, it's always easy for a company to say, our cigarette is milder, so smoke our brand, only our brand, and nothing but our brand. Well, that may sound okay, but obviously that's no test. For the only fair test, the only real test, is a test that allows you to match one cigarette against any other brand, and then to let you decide for yourself which cigarette is milder, more enjoyable. Just a few minutes ago, right here at the corner of King and Washington Streets in Alexandria, Virginia, you saw me conduct such a test with an actual smoker. He was not asked to try Philip Morris alone. That wouldn't be a fair test. I asked him to compare Philip Morris, match Philip Morris, judge Philip Morris against his own brand, and then left the decision entirely up to him. Now, you saw the results. He preferred Philip Morris. You know something? If you make that same fair and impartial test and believe in yourself, you too will choose Philip Morris, the mildest, the tastiest, the finest cigarette in America.
And now let's follow up the case.
Believe in yourself. Remember this. Unlike others, we of Philip Morris never ask you to test our brand alone. That's no test. We say compare Philip Morris, match Philip Morris, judge Philip Morris against any other cigarette. Then believe in yourself. Yes, believe in yourself, and you'll believe in Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette.
Next week, same time, same station, don't miss Racket Squad. Presented by Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette.
Philip Morris, America's most enjoyable cigarette, presents
Racket Squad.
Your attention, please. Here is the most important disclosure ever made about cigarettes, as published in leading medical journals. An ingredient, a source of irritation used in the other leading cigarettes, is never used in Philip Morris. There is your assurance of more smoking pleasure, more smoking comfort in Philip Morris than in any other leading brand. So get back to the joy of smoking.
Captain Braddock.